Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to the Mansuri show. I'm your host Arif Zafar Mansuri. Today I'm at Pakistan Embassy in Washington DC. As you would recall, in the past few months, we have interviewed Ambassador of Pakistan to the United States, Rizwan Saeed Sheikh Saab, Ambassador of Pakistan to UN, Honorable Munir Akram Saab, and the four Consul Generals of Pakistan, as well as the Trade and Investment Counselor of Pakistan at the Pakistan Consulate in Los Angeles. And that series of interviews with the high-level diplomatic representatives of Pakistan has been a very successful series. Today, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to have with me the Trade and Investment Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Mohammad Hanif Channa. First of all, I'd like to welcome you to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for visiting our embassy, Mr. Mansuri.
Thank you, sir. We are going to play a short video about Mr. Channa, his distinguished career. And so please watch it. We'll be right back after this presentation.
Mr. Mohammad Hanif Channa serves as the Minister Trade and Investment at the Embassy of Pakistan in Washington, D.C. In this key diplomatic role, he is responsible for promoting and facilitating trade and investment between Pakistan and the United States, a relationship of growing importance in today's global economic landscape. He assumed charge of this position in April 2025, bringing with him not only a wealth of experience in public service and policy, but also a proven record of commitment to trade diplomacy and economic development. Prior to his current assignment, Mr. Channa represented Pakistan at a public hearing organized by the United States International Trade Commission in April 2024, where he presented Pakistan's position on the global competitiveness of rice, a major export commodity, reinforcing the country's dedication to international trade norms and broader market access. In July 2024, he formally presented an appointment letter to Mr. Najib Chaudhary, founder and principal of Metro Management USA, recognizing contributions to trade facilitation and fostering stronger investment links with the Pakistani diaspora. In February 2025, he received special honors from the U.S.-Pakistan Business Council and the Federation of Pakistan Chambers of Commerce and Industry for his impactful role in advancing trade diplomacy and building sustainable business relationships between the two countries. A seasoned officer of the Pakistan Administrative Service, DMG, Mr. Channa has served in senior government roles, including Additional Chief Secretary, Development, and Secretary of Finance in Gilgit-Baltistan, where he played a vital role in shaping policy, managing development portfolios, and strengthening public sector governance. He holds a Master's in International Development from Japan and an MPA from Harvard University, specializing in economic policy, credentials that further empower his mission to drive Pakistan's trade and investment strategy on the global stage. Since assuming his current role, Mr. Channa's efforts have already garnered significant recognition. He brings to this assignment a rare combination of insight, leadership, and dedication, making him a vital figure in the future of Pakistan's economic diplomacy.
So, Minister Channa, you have worked in the administrative services of Pakistan for a long time, and your current position as the Minister of Trade and Investment in Pakistan, you are now part of the Ministry of Commerce of Pakistan. So you joined this position, or you took over the charge as the Minister of Pakistan, recently. But in your tenure, there has been a significant increase in the trade volume between the U.S. and Pakistan. So I'd like you to please share with us what are some of the initiatives that you have taken that are impacting the volume of trade, and what is the volume right now?
Thank you. Yeah. So our trade in both in goods and services is luckily showing a positive trend. Our trade in goods is growing at a rate of around 10 to 11% as compared to the last 8 months of the last fiscal year. Mm-hmm. Similarly, the trade in services is also showing a tremendous growth. In the US, the trade in services, primarily led by IT services, grew by 36% as compared to the last 8 months of the last fiscal year.
Very significant.
It is quite significant, and mainly I think it's the contribution of our traders, the private sectors back home, their efforts. We are here to facilitate them, We are here to open markets for them. We are here to encourage them. And wherever there are regulatory issues, we facilitate them. Coming to this tremendous growth in things, as a trade diplomat and the commercial diplomat of Pakistan, our job is to facilitate and open markets.
Right.
There are a lot of things where we see significant market regulations are there, and we have to encourage the local partners back home to take benefit from. I'll just cite the example of two things where we are working with our partners in the U.S. government, that is trade exports of Pakistani shrimps.
Oh.
The Pakistani shrimps are unfortunately banned in the U.S., but we have been working with the U.S. government counterparts, and the trade in aquaculture shrimps, the shrimps which are cultured in fresh waters, they are allowed in the U.S., and we are working out to finalize the modalities with our trading partners. Hopefully, we'll soon be seeing a lot of cultivated in the southern provinces like in Multan and in the Sindh, Badin, Tata, and different areas. That shrimp will be coming in the U.S. market. Similarly, we had this access to dried dates from Pakistan. As you understand, Balochistan,
Right.
some districts, especially northern districts of Khairpur in Pakistan, they produce world quality dates.
Right.
So we'll soon be having those dates in country. Although some of them are coming, but we will have a major chunk coming. We're working with U.S. Department of Agriculture and FDA to see our fresh dates also coming in the U.S. So hopefully in next few months we will be getting that. As a trade diplomat, my job is to facilitate those kind of market access, and given that new administration, to work with them so that we have a good trading relationship with both countries, so that a win-win situation is created for our U.S. partners as well as the consumers and producers back home.
So, as you mentioned, your role is to facilitate and promote trade and investment between United States and Pakistan. And you are a part of the Ministry of Commerce of Pakistan. So you work with the TDAP also. I mean, TDAP concentrates on the domestic trade and investment, whereas you are responsible for the international, trade and investment. You are based at the Embassy of Pakistan in, Washington, D.C. And I would like to ask you, the Ambassador of Pakistan reports to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So these are two separate institutions. How do you coordinate, and what role does your relationship with the Ambassador of Pakistan play in promoting the trade and investment?
I think both Ambassador, our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, our Ministry of Commerce, we all work for State of Pakistan and Government of Pakistan. So it doesn't really matter that whether I'm reporting to a Ministry of Commerce or a Ministry of Foreign Affairs. On day-to-day affairs, we get everything. We update the ambassador, we seek guidance from him, and we definitely use his office as a powerful tool to get the doors open where sometimes we feel difficulties. I was just citing example with some of other colleagues that, see, when I send a message to Elon Musk's office, he may think about, okay, it may be important, but when the message goes as the ambassador of Pakistan or ambassador of Nigeria or say any other country wants to meet, definitely there is more willingness because he represents the state of Pakistan.
Yeah, the country.
So that helps. Apart from that, we believe it's a teamwork. And the trade is the only area, along from a few other areas, which have consistently grown in U.S.-Pakistan bilateral relations.
I see.
So it's basically economic and trade diplomacy which is thriving. And as you may know, that United States is our biggest trading partner.
Of course.
So this is a testament that we have a wonderful relationship between two countries and the businesses.
I'd like to ask you, what are your top priorities for increasing the trade volume or investment in Pakistan?
I think we have traditional areas where we have competitive advantage to a lot of other countries. That is, production of textile, apparel, and surgical goods, sports goods, where we have comparative advantage to other regional countries. Apart from that, we are an agricultural country. The challenge with us is that we do less value addition. Now we are moving towards that. I'll just cite the example of
Please.
Pakistani mangoes.
Right.
And till now, we have been focusing to bring the raw mangoes, fresh mangoes here, and we have been successful.
Yep.
The mangoes of Pakistan, all these different varieties,
They're some one of the best.
Anwar Atul, they have started coming in the US. But if we see long-term strategy, I think the mango has a limited shelf life.
Of course.
And our priority is to get value addition in the agricultural sector. These dry mangoes have bigger market than the fresh mangoes. Mango pulp has bigger market share than the fresh mangoes, and mango juices have the bigger market. Same goes with our other products. Pakistan produces wonderful, tasty guava in Sharakpur in Punjab,
Ji, bilkul.
and the central Sindh in Nashar Feroz and other adjoining areas. So guava has to go through a number of, fresh guava has to go through a number of regulatory requirement from FDA, Department of APHIS, US Department of Agriculture. But guava juice, it has a very limited regulatory requirement. You have to satisfy FDA and that's it. And I'm glad to know that if you go to different branded stores, even Patel and different, you will find the guava juice from Pakistan coming there. So to summarize the things, our focus is to bring in more value addition in the agricultural sector.
I see.
And attract investment in some of the areas where we have huge potential, like minerals. Encourage US companies and bring the US investor back home to invest in minerals. IT sector is another area which is thriving. And if I share the numbers, we are 70% more cheaper than if you produce the things in US, and 25 to 30% more cheaper than the regional other countries in our region.
Huge difference, yeah.
It's a huge difference, yeah. That's why we have this huge market growth as compared to last year of 35%.
Now, United States has waged a tariff war with China, Canada, Mexico. How would this impact the Pakistan's trade and investment?
I think we believe trade is good for both countries, United States and Pakistan. I'll just cite the example of cotton and apparel.
Right.
We are United States' largest importer of cotton, raw cotton. And at the same time, our biggest share of exports to US comes from the apparel and textile, which are manufactured from the US cotton. So it's a win-win situation for both countries.
Right.
We import a lot of cotton, we value add it, and we export back to the US market. And we are discussing with our counterparts, and we are willing to import more cotton from US, provided we get some incentive in tariffs. If the products produced from US textile get some preferential treatment here in the US, we are willing to import more cotton from the US. And similarly, recently we opened our market for US soybean. We understand that the soybean is beneficial for our poultry sector in Pakistan. And this similarly, it helps the US farmers and growers as well, especially in a new environment where a lot of tariffs are being put on US soybean by different countries. So we are working with US counterparts. In fact, the US Soybean Export Council was here at the embassy. They came up with their huge delegation of progressive farmers, CEO, chairman. We are encouraging them to invest and make Pakistan more a regional hub for soybean. If they can bring in some of their technology, produce soya byproducts like soya cake for poultry, we can export it to other regional countries, Afghanistan, Central Asia, and other countries in the region. Likewise, there is some demand from African countries, Indonesia as well, for soya milk, soya byproducts. So we being strategically located in that area, we are willing to work with our counterparts in the US more in this area. So with coming to your question, it's I think beneficial for both countries, and we believe that we should create a win-win situation for all.
there has been discussion regarding travel ban for some 43 countries around the globe. Pakistan is one of those countries that may be affected by a travel ban. How would this impact the trade and investment relationship between Pakistan and the United States?
I think Pakistan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs is on record. They have communicated that they haven't heard anything from their U.S. counterpart. So is the U.S. State Department and White House statement that at the moment there is nothing like to ban the travel from Pakistan. I don't think there will be a situation, but whatever comes, we will be working on this. And there's not likely that travel from Pakistan will be banned. And in worst case scenario, if there is any restriction, I don't think it will be on the travel of businessmen and the trading community or entrepreneurs, because they are helping both countries in their trade.
As the Trade and Investment Minister of Pakistan, what would you suggest, which sectors would you suggest the investors to look into where there is more potential? Because Pakistan currently enjoys a trade surplus with the US. There is a trade imbalance, but it's in the favor of United States. By diversifying the products that we are exporting to US, we can enhance or increase our share of the market here. So what are some of the sectors that you would suggest investors to look at?
Yeah, at the moment, I think we have slight trade surplus in favor of Pakistan. So we export more goods to US than the US exports to Pakistan. But given that we have opened this soybean exports to US, there may be slightly narrowing down of this gap. I think there are a lot of different areas where we would be willing to increase our trade so that the general population in the US and Pakistan benefit from. I'll just cite the example of surgical goods here. Pakistan produces world class in terms of quality surgical goods, but they are 20 times cheaper than these products being made in other developed economies, say Germany and other countries. And if we start more exports from Pakistan of these surgical goods, I think this is going to reduce the medical bills of households in the US.
What are some of the challenges that the Pakistani exporters face in the US markets and vice versa? What are some of the challenges that US investors face in Pakistan? If you could please share.
I think I'll start with the investment part one. United States traditionally has been are one of our major investment partners in Pakistan. We have more than 80 US companies operating in Pakistan. They have done huge investment in Pakistan. One of the biggest challenge US importer face is that information gap and access to those credible quality exporters in new areas. I know the market in textile apparel is very well developed. The networks are very operational. FPCCI and the different chambers are doing amazing job back home. So is the case with TDAP, Trade Development Authority of Pakistan. They are organizing fairs not only in Pakistan, but they are sending delegation abroad as well. So this helps in bridging that gap. In fact, in the next month, we are going to have a health, engineering and mineral show in Lahore.
Mr. Channa, how are you engaging the Pakistani American business community in the trade diplomacy?
I think they're our biggest asset when it comes to our diaspora, overseas Pakistani. The first thing is, I always say to them, although physically they are in the United States, spiritually they are still in Pakistan. They love their adopted country, but they also love their motherland as well. So we have different forums, we have different working groups with them, we work with them, they help us in identify the potential importers.
Have there been any major breakthrough in this trade and investment that you particularly think that those were very significant, their impact on the relationship was profound? Are there any incidents that you
I
could
think
share?
there are. This is since it's in the general media, published media as well. United States is showing growing interest in Pakistan's mineral sector, and I understand next month a mineral conference is being held in Pakistan, and I do understand a lot of participants are going from the U.S. not only from the government side but also from the private sector as well. So I think this is the biggest achievement of during last 10 months. If we go, then if the U.S. investment is coming in mineral sector, we encourage that, and we welcome not only United States but any country. They are most welcome to invest in those sectors in Pakistan. And if it comes, it will be big investment.
You also have two masters, one from Japan and one from Harvard. So what inspired you to join the Administrative Services of Pakistan and then the Ministry of Commerce?
I'm Pakistan's Administrative Service. The beauty of this service is that you have diversity of experiences. I was, before this assignment, I was the secretary in a provincial capital looking after the administration of the province.
Right.
Earlier than that, I was the secretary for finance in Gilgit-Baltistan.
Right.
And the next year and a half, I looked after the development portfolio of Gilgit-Baltistan. So that service helped me understand the mineral potential of Pakistan and the investment potential in especially renewable energies like hydel and different areas. What inspired me is that it's a wonderful civil service cadre which provides you a diverse experience to serve different regions of Pakistan, and it prepares you for leadership position at the senior most level in the civil service of any country. So that's what we call the majority of the federal secretaries and head of departments come from the civil service cadre, which I belong to. The biggest motivation is, I think it gives you a lot of opportunity to serve. I understand with a degree from two prestigious universities, we could have left the service, joined any prestigious job in the finance or banking or development sectors. But the good thing is that it gives you an opportunity to bring some change.
Well, you certainly have. As a Minister of Trade and Investment, you have, and with your, the background you have certainly impacted significantly the Pakistan's trade policy and the implementation of the policy. So, and your services are, truly, appreciated. I'd like to ask you, if you get 60 seconds with some of the top investors of the world, what would you say to them? What would your elevator pitch be, a 60-second elevator pitch to convince them to consider Pakistan for their investments?
Well, I would say that Pakistan is the top 5th country in terms of population. So we are a huge market,
of course,
a huge market of English-speaking people. And we have a huge chunk of IT-trained, young, vibrant, entrepreneurial population. So we can help them in investing in those young population. As I shared some of the numbers, so we are cheaper to produce a world-class quality in this IT software and different things. Another area will be investment in the mineral sector in Pakistan and the agriculture sector in Pakistan. We can help the region, we can help globally produce some of the agricultural products and ensure the food security across the globe.
Minister Channa, I'd like to ask you if you have any message for the Pakistani American business community that you would like to share through the Mansuri show and our newspapers, Pakistan Link and Urdu Link.
No, I will request Pakistani diaspora that although we are called diplomats, but you are our ambassadors and you represent the Pakistan in a bigger way, in a very productive way. Our interaction with the US population, our US people are limited to corporate heads, one or two are the government functionaries with the US government. But your interaction is at the grassroots level. You are connecting with them almost daily. So you can help us, you can help your country, and we are thankful to you, whatever you have been doing for your country, your motherland. Your contribution is tremendously appreciated. And we look forward towards some of the areas which I was sharing with Mansuri Saab. That is, there is a huge potential of investment in minerals, in IT sector, in sports goods, surgical goods. Help us invest there, and we are willing to work with you. Please help us identify some of the potential investors in those areas. And lately, I see a lot of businesses, especially back office businesses, medical office, accounting office, and customer care services going to Pakistan. So please help us identify those companies which are willing to relocate their back offices to Pakistan, and we can help you identify some of the credible local partners. I availing this opportunity from Mr. Mansuri, I thank you for all the efforts you are doing for Pakistan. I'm grateful as a Minister for Trade and Investment.
Thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
your insightful conversation and the time. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Mansuri sir. It was a pleasure meeting you and connecting with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you watched our discussion with the Minister of Trade and Investment of Pakistan, Mr. Mohammad Hanif Channa. Hopefully, you learned a lot about the trade and investment opportunities and the policies and other related matters. Please keep sending us your comments, your feedback at the address on your screen. And please keep watching the Mansuri Show, reading the Pakistan link and Urdu link. And please stay connected with Pakistan. Khuda Hafiz.
Parents, show your love with Tahir Halal Kids multivitamin gummies, made in the USA and certified halal. Delicious and packed with essential vitamins, these gummies keep your little ones healthy, happy, and full of energy. No fuss, just fun, because good health should taste great. Tahir Halal. Love, nutrition, and care in every bite.
ताहिर प्रोडक्ट्स आपके खानदान की सेहत के लिए बेहतरीन हलाल विटामिन्स और सप्लीमेंट्स खालिस, मियारी और फखर के साथ अमेरिका में तैयार करदा।
Kaba Fusion is a pharmacist-owned, patient-focused team of professionals with over 30 years' experience providing intravenous medication to patients in the comfort of their own home. Founded by Dr. Sohail Masood, Kaba Fusion has 7 state-of-the-art pharmacies located across the country. Visit us at kabafusion.com to learn more about the benefits of in-home infusion therapy.